Have you ever wondered what would happen if you needed help, but no one was there to answer? It's a sobering thought, especially as we grow older and independence begins to carry hidden risks. Across the country, millions of seniors live alone. For some, it's a source of pride and freedom. For others, it brings unspoken worries about safety, sudden emergencies, and the quiet weight of loneliness. Right now, nearly 3 in 10 older adults live by themselves. That means countless people face the daily challenge of staying safe, preparing for the unexpected, and holding on to independence without fear. A fall, an illness, even a simple mistake, can quickly change everything if no one is there to step in. But here's the good news. There are simple, proven strategies to protect yourself and strengthen your confidence. Over the next few minutes, you'll learn 5 essential ways to live alone safely without giving up your independence. To see how this works, consider Walter, a 75-year-old widower who valued his freedom but feared what might happen if no one checked in. By making a few small changes, he not only regained peace of mind, but also strengthened his independence. His story mirrors millions of seniors, and his solutions can become yours too. Now let's get started. Number 1. Set up a daily check-in system. One of the greatest dangers of living alone is the possibility of a health emergency going unnoticed. A stroke, a fall, or even something as simple as low blood sugar can become life-threatening if hours or days pass before someone finds out. That's why having a daily check-in system can mean the difference between safety and tragedy. Walter, our 75-year-old retired carpenter, valued his independence, but he also recognized his vulnerability. After hearing too many stories of seniors discovered only after serious accidents, he decided not to take chances. He set up a simple routine with his neighbor Joe. Each morning, he sends Joe a quick text, sometimes just 2 words, "All good." If Joe doesn't hear from him by a set time, he knows to stop by and check in. That tiny action created a safety net that costs nothing but could save his life. The power of a check-in system lies in its simplicity. It doesn't require major lifestyle changes, expensive equipment, or constant supervision. It's just a small habit that ensures someone notices if you're in trouble. Think of it as a lifeline that protects you without taking away your independence. There are many ways to make this work. For some, it's as easy as a daily phone call with a trusted neighbor or friend. For others, technology provides even more security. There are check-in apps that send alerts if you don't respond, or smart home devices that track movement and notify contacts when something seems off. Whether it's a text, a quick call, or a simple wave from the porch, the important thing is consistency. When it becomes routine, you never have to wonder if someone will notice when something goes wrong. Beyond health emergencies, a check-in system can even protect against scams or suspicious situations. If Walter ever receives a questionable phone call or has someone come to the door unexpectedly, he runs it by Joe first. That second opinion often prevents costly mistakes. Just knowing there's another set of eyes and ears looking out for you reduces stress and gives confidence in handling everyday challenges. The real beauty of this system is that it allows seniors to keep their independence while still having a safety net. You don't need to move in with family, hire constant help, or give up control of your daily life. Instead, you add one small layer of protection that ensures you're not navigating life completely alone. And this isn't just for older adults. Even younger people with health concerns or those who live in isolated areas can benefit from a similar plan. Emergencies don't discriminate by age, and a simple check-in can bring peace of mind to anyone. Walter once admitted that before setting up this system, he would sometimes feel nervous at night. He'd wonder, what if I fall tomorrow morning while I'm alone in the kitchen? After he and Joe began their routine, that fear disappeared. He knew that help would come quickly if he ever needed it. That confidence gave him not only safety, but freedom to enjoy life more fully. Living alone doesn't have to mean living without support. A daily check-in system is like a safety harness. You hope you never need it, but you'll be grateful it's there when the unexpected happens. Number 2. Emergency readiness. Emergencies arrive without warning, and when you live alone, they can escalate faster than you ever imagined. A simple dizzy spell in the morning can turn into a collapse by lunchtime. A minor kitchen fire can spread before anyone nearby even knows you're in danger. And when there's no one else at home, even a few minutes of delay can make all the difference. That is why emergency readiness isn't a luxury, it's survival. Walter the carpenter, who's been living on his own since his wife passed, understood this lesson one morning while making coffee. He suddenly felt lightheaded and had to steady himself on the counter. For a moment he wondered if he could even reach the phone on the far side of the room. That scare pushed him to prepare differently. Instead of hoping emergencies wouldn't happen, he began planning for when they would. The first step in Walter's plan was simple but powerful: keeping emergency contacts accessible. When a crisis hits, confusion often sets in, and fumbling through a phone or searching for numbers wastes precious time. Walter created a written list of his closest contacts: his doctor, his daughter, his trusted neighbor Joe, and a cousin who lives nearby. He taped this list by the main phone in his kitchen, and also placed one on his refrigerator in large bold print. That way, even if a paramedic or visitor needed to help, the critical information was right in front of them. He also labeled his cell phone contacts with ICE, short for in case of emergency. That way, if emergency responders found his phone, they'd know immediately whom to call. Many seniors don't realize this option exists, but it's built right into most smartphones. You can program an emergency contact list that can be accessed even when your phone is locked. For someone living alone, that tiny setup could save hours of delay. The second step was even more important: getting a medical alert device. Phones are helpful, but what if you collapse and can't reach one? Walter chose a lightweight pendant that he wears around his neck. With one press of the button, he's connected to emergency services. Some models even detect falls, automatically calling for help without you pressing anything at all. Imagine slipping in the shower and hitting your head. Without a device like this, hours might pass before help arrives. But with full detection, an alert is sent instantly. Walter admitted he resisted the idea at first. He thought wearing a pendant would make him feel old, like he was admitting defeat. But his perspective shifted when his friend Harold, also living alone, suffered a stroke and lay on the floor for nearly a full day before anyone discovered him. That story was enough to make Walter embrace the device, not as a symbol of weakness, but as a badge of wisdom. He realized it gave him the independence he valued, because it meant he didn't need to rely on someone always being around. He could live alone, yet never truly be unprotected. Beyond medical emergencies, Walter also created an escape plan for his home. Fires, gas leaks, or even suspicious knocks at the door can be just as dangerous as health issues. He walked through each room and asked, "If I had to leave in 60 seconds, how would I do it?" In the kitchen, he mapped the quickest path to the back door. In his bedroom, he placed a flashlight on the nightstand for power outages and kept his keys within reach. In the living room, he moved a rug that might trip him if he had to rush out quickly. These were small adjustments, but they built a sense of confidence. His neighbor Joe also keeps a spare key in a lockbox outside Walter's home, with a code only family and emergency responders know. That way, if help needs to come, they won't waste time breaking down the door. Walter took it even further. He made sure his local fire department was aware that a senior lives alone at that address. If an emergency call comes from his home, responders know to act fast. Emergency readiness isn't about living in fear. It's about preparing so you can live with peace of mind. Think of it like carrying car insurance. You don't expect to get into an accident, but you feel safer knowing you're covered if it happens. For seniors living alone, an emergency plan is that insurance. Here are the 3 pillars Walter relied on, and they can help anyone living alone. First, accessible contacts. Have them written down in multiple places on the fridge, near your phone, and saved properly in your cell phone. Second, a medical alert system. Whether it's a pendant, wristband, or clip-on, these devices provide protection 24/7, even if you can't reach your phone. Third, an escape plan. Practice leaving your home quickly and safely. Know where the exits are. Keep a flashlight handy and secure a lockbox with a spare key for trusted contacts. Walter's story shows that preparedness doesn't have to be complicated. Once he had these systems in place, he felt a noticeable shift. He said, "I don't worry as much anymore. I know that if something happens, I won't be helpless." That sense of security allowed him to enjoy his independence again instead of feeling vulnerable in his own home. The truth is, emergencies will happen. They are a part of life, especially as we grow older. But being ready means they don't have to strip away your independence or dignity. You may not control when or how emergencies arrive, but you can control how prepared you are when they do. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any video. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 3, strengthen home security. Living alone has its joys, the quiet evenings, the freedom to arrange your day as you please, the peace of solitude. But it also comes with an undeniable vulnerability, a security risk that others may overlook. Effective defenses against scams. Walter also created what he called his trusted person plan. He identified a nephew who lives nearby and asked him to act as a second set of eyes whenever he felt unsure. If Walter received a suspicious email, phone call, or even a questionable contractor at the door, he would run it by his nephew first. Having a trusted person to verify situations prevented mistakes and provided reassurance. Security also extends to daily habits. Walter made it a routine to keep his doors locked at all times, even when he was home. He avoided leaving spare keys under doormats or flower pots, where intruders often look first. Instead, he used a lockbox with a code shared only with family and trusted neighbors. Awareness became part of his lifestyle. He no longer ignored strange noises outside or dismissed unfamiliar cars parked nearby. Instead, he paid attention, took notes, and when necessary, reached out to his neighbor Joe for reassurance. Living alone meant he had to be his own first line of defense. But with preparation, he never felt powerless. Studies from crime prevention research confirm what Walter practiced. Burglars are far less likely to target homes that show clear signs of security. Motion lights, strong locks, and visible cameras all act as deterrents. Likewise, scammers are far less successful when seniors know the common tricks and have simple rules in place to verify information. The real power of strengthening home security is not just in preventing crime, it's in reclaiming peace of mind. Walter once confessed that before making these changes, he used to feel uneasy at night. Every creak in the house, every ring of the phone stirred anxiety. But after upgrading his locks, installing lights, and creating a plan for handling, psychologists call this risk reduction through environment design. It means shaping your surroundings to support your safety rather than relying only on willpower or awareness. Seniors who create safer homes are not being overly cautious, they are being smart. The mind works best when it can relax, not when it's constantly scanning for danger. By removing hidden hazards, Walter freed himself from low-level worry and reclaimed his peace of mind. The second step was about physical resilience. Walter's doctor reminded him of a simple but powerful truth. Weak legs lead to falls. As we age, our muscles naturally lose strength, and our balance becomes less automatic. But the body responds positively to training at any age. Walter started with 5 minutes of daily exercises, chair stands, sitting and rising without using his hands, built leg strength. Heel to toe walking along a straight line, improved his balance. Ankle rolls kept his joints flexible. These small movements did not require expensive equipment or gym memberships, yet over time they gave Walter confidence in his footing. This is where psychology plays a surprising role. Many older adults unconsciously begin moving less after a fall, or even after a close call. They avoid activities they once enjoyed, thinking they are keeping themselves safe. But this reduced movement weakens muscles further, making future falls more likely. It is a cycle of fear leading to decline. Walter's choice to become more active, even cautiously, broke that cycle. Each day he moved a little more. His brain received signals of capability, not fragility. Walter also prepared for the possibility that a fall could happen despite precautions. He created a recovery plan. His phone was always within reach, either in his pocket or placed strategically in every room. He wore a lightweight medical alert pendant with fall detection, a simple device that could call for help automatically if he collapsed. And perhaps most importantly, he practiced how to get up safely from the floor, rolling onto his side, moving slowly to a seated position, and then rising carefully gave him confidence that even if he fell, he wouldn't feel helpless. Doctors who specialize in geriatrics emphasize that confidence itself is a protective factor. Seniors who believe they can recover from a fall are less likely to panic and more likely to act effectively. This mindset shift is as crucial as the physical exercises. The body follows the beliefs of the mind. Walter's experience highlights something every senior should consider. Preventing falls is not just about staying upright, it's about preserving independence. A single broken hip can lead to months of rehabilitation, reliance on others for basic needs, and sometimes permanent loss of freedom. But with stronger muscles, safer environments, and a plan in place, older adults can greatly reduce these risks. Researchers at leading medical centers have confirmed the power of prevention. Studies show that seniors who combine environmental adjustments with simple exercise routines cut their fall risk by nearly half. Even more remarkable, participants reported higher confidence and quality of life. They did not just avoid accidents. They felt stronger, sharper, and more capable in everyday living. Here's something to consider. Your home should not be a maze of hidden hazards. Take a slow walk through each room and ask yourself, could I trip here? Could I slip here? If the answer is yes, make the change today. Secure the rug, replace the bulb. Small adjustments are investments in freedom. The deeper lesson is that falls are not simply accidents or bad luck. They are often the result of patterns, physical weakness, unsafe environments, or hesitation to prepare. By breaking those patterns, you protect not only your body, but your dignity. Walter no longer sees fall prevention as a burden. Instead, he calls it his independence insurance. With every grab bar, every exercise, every step he takes with intention, he is buying more years of living on his own terms. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 5, stay socially connected. Living alone does not have to mean living in isolation. Yet for many older adults, quiet evenings stretch into quiet weeks, and before long, the silence feels heavier than they ever imagined. Research has shown again and again that loneliness is not just an emotional state, it is a serious health risk. Studies reveal that chronic isolation carries the same health impact as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It increases the risk of depression, heart disease, dementia, and even premature death. The brain, like the body, requires stimulation, and social interaction is one of its most vital nutrients. Walter, The 75-year-old carpenter once believed that solitude suited him just fine. After his wife passed, he told himself he liked the quiet. He would fix things around the house, tend his garden, and enjoy his own company. But slowly, something changed. His energy dipped, his sleep grew restless, and the days felt longer than they should. He realized he had gone days without speaking to another person. The television played in the background, but it was no substitute for human connection. What Walter was experiencing was not just sadness. It was the creeping weight of isolation. The psychology of isolation is subtle but powerful. Humans are wired for connection. Our brains release hormones like oxytocin and serotonin when we share laughter, conversation, or even simple companionship. Without these positive signals, the nervous system falls out of balance, leading to fatigue, anxiety, and even memory loss. In fact, neurologists point out that social interaction exercises the brain in ways puzzles and games never can. Conversations require quick thinking, emotional interpretation, and memory recall, making them one of the most effective forms of cognitive training. So how can someone living alone restore connection? The good news is that social health can be strengthened, just like physical health, with deliberate daily practices. Walter's turning point came from something small. One afternoon at the hardware store, he ran into an old friend who invited him to a local woodworking club. At first, Walter hesitated. It had been years since he joined a group, and he feared he might feel out of place. But curiosity nudged him forward. That single decision changed everything. The woodworking club became more than a hobby. It became a lifeline. The laughter of shared jokes, the pride of showing a finished project, and the simple act of talking to others reminded Walter of what he had been missing. He didn't need to be surrounded by people all the time. He simply needed a circle of connection he could rely on. His mood lifted, his mind sharpened, and even his physical health improved, because he had a reason to stay active and engaged. There are many ways to build these connections, even if you have been out of practice for years. Some older adults find their community through hobby groups or fitness classes at a local senior center. Others reconnect with faith-based organizations, where shared beliefs create a natural foundation for friendships. Volunteering is another powerful avenue. Helping others not only reduces isolation, but also gives life a renewed sense of purpose. For those who prefer the comfort of home, technology offers new options. Video calls with family, online book clubs, and virtual discussion groups bring conversation into your living room at the click of a button. One important psychological principle is the first move effect. Waiting for others to reach out often leads to disappointment, not because people don't care, but because everyone is busy with their own lives. Taking the first step, making the phone call, attending the group, or sending the invitation, often opens the door to lasting connection. Seniors who take this initiative discover that others are often grateful for the chance to connect, but were hesitant to reach out themselves. It's also important to remember that quality outweighs quantity. A single meaningful relationship can provide more support and joy than a dozen shallow interactions. Walter didn't need a huge social circle. He needed a handful of people he could laugh with, share stories with, and trust to be there when it mattered. Psychologists call this the anchor relationship, a bond that provides stability and security even in uncertain times. Consider the practical benefits too. Being socially connected is not just about emotional health. It also enhances safety. Friends and neighbors are often the first to notice when something is wrong, whether it's a missed appointment, unusual behavior, or signs of illness. Social networks act as informal safety nets, catching small problems before they become crises. Seniors who nurture these networks are not just enriching their lives, they are building systems of protection. The transformation Walter experienced is a reminder that staying socially connected is one of the most powerful ways to remain safe and independent while living alone. His days no longer feel long and empty. He looks forward to his woodworking meetings, weekly calls with his daughter, and occasional dinners with neighbors. His world is richer, not because it is noisier, but because it is shared. The lesson here is simple. Isolation is a risk, but connection is a choice. Every call you make, every visit you accept, every group you join is an investment in your health and your future. Seniors who choose connection discover more joy, sharper minds, and greater resilience. So ask yourself, when was the last time you truly connected with someone? Face to face, voice to voice, heart to heart. If the answer is too long ago, take one small step today. Join the class. Call the neighbor. Say yes to the invitation. That one choice could be the beginning of a new chapter, filled with laughter, purpose, and strength. Fraying for me, final thoughts. Aging alone may sound daunting, but it does not have to mean being unsafe or unprepared. What we have explored today are 5 essential strategies that turn vulnerability into strength. A daily check-in system, an emergency readiness plan, stronger home security, fall prevention measures, and staying socially connected. Each one may seem simple, but together they form a powerful shield that protects both independence and peace of mind. If you are someone living alone, remember this. Being independent does not mean being alone in every sense. Support systems, safety nets, and connections are there for you if you choose to build them. And if you are someone with a parent, neighbor, or friend living on their own, you can be the person who makes all the difference. Sometimes one phone call, one visit, or one offer of help is enough to change someone's world. So ask yourself, which of these 5 steps will you begin today? Will you create a daily check-in plan, set up emergency contacts, upgrade your home security, strengthen your balance, or reach out to reconnect with others? The answer you choose could shape your tomorrow. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.